Hello students and Namaste everyone. I am Dhaval sir and I welcome you all to the online session of Vidyadesh Vidya Sankul School. Students, in our today's lecture we are going to discuss about your standard 9th literature part, chapter number 3, that is The Little Girl by Catherine Mansfield. So first of all I will give you the introduction of this chapter. Students, in this chapter the writer Catherine Mansfield has tried to describe the relationship between the children and their parents. Okay, the main theme of this chapter is to make children understand, right, the relationship what they feel with their parents, because there is a very important bond of love, okay, or a very important bond of feelings between the children and their parents. Usually what happens that when as a child you all are very young enough, okay, or we are just grown up, you don't feel like your parents love you, right? You feel like they don't love you, they keep on scolding you, they are very strict to you, right? So we get a feeling as a child that our parents don't love us, right? But it is as and when we keep on growing and becoming more and more mature, we realize that how much our parents love us, right? When we are grown up, when we are mature enough, we understand their strictness, right? Because at that point of time we understand that why they were strict at that time. Okay, when we come across different situations, we understand that at that time our parents were strict to us, and that is the reason we are absolutely perfect and fine at present, and we don't have to face any kind of problem. Okay, so behind the strictness of the parents also there is a lot of hidden love for the child or the children, right? And this thing is realized by the children only when they are grown up. And in our this chapter also, as the title The Little Girl refers to the main character of this chapter, the name of whose, right, the main girl, main character whose name is Kezia. Okay, so the title revolves around that little girl, and she is a little girl who is afraid of her father, right, because she is still a kid, a very young girl. Okay, so she is afraid of her father, right, and later on at a point of time she realizes that how much her father loves her, and the bondage, that is the love between the kid and the father, gets intense, right? That means they share the bond of love between each other, because now the child understood that how much her father loved her. But earlier when the father used to scold her and father was strict to her, she always felt that her father did not love her, and she was always frightened of her father. So that is all about the story, that is The Little Girl. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll try to go to the textual part of the story and try to understand the chapter in detail. Okay, so before we start the chapter, do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Okay, you all are right now in 9th standard, right, almost of the age of 13-14 years, right? But we can remember that when we were kids, that is of the age of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, at that time we didn't have much maturity, and that time the feelings towards our parents, right, we felt that our parents are very strict, they keep on scolding us and doing this and that. But as and when we start growing up, as and when we become more and more mature, many a times we see incidences where our friends or the neighbors or other children, they are affected by some or the other reason, right, because they don't listen to their parents. But when we experience that thing, at that time we realize that as our parents, they used to scold us, okay, we are not doing any kind of wrong thing, and because of which we are living the best life. Okay, so perhaps you now understand the reasons for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. This story about a little girl whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding will probably find an echo in every home. So echo means reflection, right? So this is a kind of story which each and every reader can relate with themselves, okay? Because even as I told you that we as a child also at some point or the other point might have realized or felt that our parents don't love us, but as and when we start becoming mature, as and when we start growing up, we realize that how important our parents are to us and how much love and bonding they have for us, okay, and how much they care for us, and that is the reason they were strict to us, okay. So that's it. We'll move further to the first paragraph, which goes like this. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared, okay. He was a figure to be feared. Now this phrase, what does it mean? A figure to be feared means a person to be feared, okay, and avoided. So to the little girl, the name of the little girl, as I told you, is Kezia, okay, and she was afraid. Feared means afraid, and she tried to avoid her father, okay. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, because he was the father. The child feels that the parents or the father doesn't love him or her or like him or her, but the parents, they don't have such kind of feelings, right? So the father loved her child a lot, and therefore whenever he went for his work, before that he always gave her a casual kiss, okay. To which she responded with, "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage. Carriage here means the vehicle or the car, growing fainter and fainter down the long road. So we all know that whenever the vehicle starts, it is near our home, okay, or in our courtyard or in the parking area, the loud voice or the sound will be loud, but as and when it will move away, it will get fainter and fainter. The voice will go on decreasing, okay. So as and when that voice started growing fainter and fainter, Kezia felt relaxed, okay. Fine. So now in the evening when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. So when the father, he used to come back home, he was so much tired that he used to talk in a very loud voice, okay, and Kezia, she used to stand near the staircase and she used to keep on listening to him, or she kept on hearing him, okay. Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper is out there, and bring me my slippers. So here mother actually means the mother of the father. That means Kezia, his father and his father's mother, okay, that is the grandmother of Kezia is being talked about, okay. So the father used to come from his work and he used to be very tired, and therefore he used to come home and keep on shouting, or he used to talk in a loud voice, okay. Second paragraph, Kezia, mother would call to her, if you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. Now what the mother is saying, that if you are a good girl, you can take off your father's boots. Slowly the girl would slip down. Slip down means come down quietly, unwillingly. That means she doesn't want to go to the father. She wants to avoid father, or she wants to remain away from the father as much as possible. But as mother is telling Kezia that if you are a good girl, then you should come and remove your father's boots, okay. So slowly she is coming towards father, okay. More slowly, still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door, okay. So she is going towards the hall, and then slowly she opens the drawing room, okay. By that time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl, right. So usually I have experienced this thing when I was a kid. In my school, many of my teachers, they used to wear spectacles and they used to look like this, and I used to get scared, right. So Even Kezia had a terrifying feeling when the father used to wear spectacles and look at her. Okay. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? So this is what the father is asking Kezia. Okay, usually our parents also, when they come home, that is maybe the father or the mother, or if they both are working, they both, when they come home, they ask us that have you studied properly, what have you done for the whole day, and this and that. Okay, so even father is inquiring about the things. I don't know, father, right? So Kezia is speaking in this way. You don't know? If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor, right? Stutter. So what is the meaning of stutter? To have a speech problem, okay, that caused you to repeat the beginning sounds of some words, right? Because here what is happening, Kezia, who was a little girl, when she was very afraid or nervous, okay, she used to repeat the beginning letters of the words. So that is known as stuttering. Like you, father asked, then what Kezia said, I don't know. So that is known as stuttering. Okay. So what father said, that if you stutter like this, then mother will take you to the doctor. Okay, that means her grandmother. Third paragraph. She never stuttered with other people, right? She never used to stutter with other people. That means she never used to speak in such a way. Okay, had quite given it up. Had quite given it up means stop doing it. That means she never used to do such kind of things in front of other people, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. Why? Because as I told you that she was so frightened and nervous, okay, with father, that it was very difficult to speak up in front of him, and as it was very difficult to speak up in front of the father, she used to stutter. Okay. What's the matter? What are you looking so wrenched about? Okay, wrenched means unhappy. Father is finding her unhappy. Okay. Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Not to appear on the brink of suicide. So on the brink of suicide means about to commit suicide. That means the father is saying that when I arrive or when I reach home, I am already tired and I am in not at all in a good mood, and at that same time she is coming in front of me and she is behaving in such awkward way. So it is a kind of suicide. That means which is not an appropriate thing. That means the father is trying to say that the girl, when I am not in a good mood, she should not come in front of me. Okay. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. So that is what the father is saying. He was so big. His hands and his neck, especially his mouth, when he yawned. Right. So the child was very small and the father was big. Right. So she felt that his father was very, very big, and especially his face, the neck and the hands and everything. And especially when the father used to yawn, that means at that time his face especially looked very big. Okay. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Right. So this is what Kezia felt about her father. Okay. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room, okay, to have a nice talk with the father. Right. You can see the picture over here. Okay. The father is sleeping or lying on the bed. The mother is reading the newspaper or the book or the magazine, and Kezia is standing in front of them. Okay. So what is written? That on Sundays, grandmother used to send Kezia downstairs in the drawing room, okay, to have a nice talk with the father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and the father stretched out. Stretched out means lying on the bed, okay, on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, you can see over here, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. That is snoring. Okay. So one of the best cushions, that means the legs were placed on one of the best cushions. So this is how the father used to lie on the sofa. Okay, Kezia used to make efforts, but the parents, they were busy, father in taking the rest and the mother reading the book. Okay, she sat on a stool. Okay, gravely watched him. Gravely means deeply in thought. That means she could not speak anything. She used to sit wherever she was standing, and she used to keep on looking at the father, and she used to go into the deep thoughts. Okay, watched him until he woke and stretched like this, stretched. Okay, and asked the time. Then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia. That means when father would wake up, he used to stretch, but Kezia used to look at father like this constantly. So what father is saying, don't stare at me like this. Okay, you look like a little brown owl. So what the father is telling Kezia, that you look like a little brown owl. We all have seen the owl, they keep on staring like this. Okay, moving further, one day when she was kept indoors, that is inside the house, with her cold, that means she was having cold. Okay, in Gujarati we say shardi. So she was not allowed to go outside because she was not feeling well. Her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week. Okay, grandmother told Kezia that your father's birthday is next week. Okay, and suggested she should make him a pin cushion. Okay, what grandmother suggested Kezia, that in the gift you should prepare a pin cushion and give it to your father. So these are the pictures of pin cushion. This is a cushion which is prepared, which is used for placing the pins. Okay, so it is known as pin cushion. Okay, for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Okay, so what is pin cushion? It is used in sewing to store pins or needles with their heads protruding to take hold of them easily. That means usually the people who do the work of sewing, they keep such kind of things so that easily they can take out the pins. Okay, easily they can get hold of the pins. Okay, so that's it. Next paragraph. Laboriously with a double cotton. Laboriously means with a lot of effort or difficulty. Okay, with a double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides. Okay, 1, 2 and 3. So 3 sides were stitched, and from one side the stuffing used to be done, and then it used to be packed. Okay, but what to fill it with? Because in that cloth something is to be filled. Okay, so she was thinking that what should it be filled with? Okay, that was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden, and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for the scraps. Wandered means to move here and there. Okay, so wandered into means went into by chance. That means she went into the room of her mother, that is the bedroom of her mother. Okay, and trying to look for scraps. Scrap means small pieces of cloth or paper, etc., that are not needed. Okay, that is actually a waste material. Okay, on the bed table she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper. That means there were sheets of fine paper, so many sheets. Okay, gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces. Okay, and stuffed her case. That means she stuffed those pieces of paper in the cover, which was made out of cloth by her. Okay, then sewed up the 4th side. That means she did the sewing of 4th side. Okay, that night there was a hue and cry. Hue and cry means angry protest. What happened? Why it was such a situation in the house? Father's great speech for the port authority had been lost. Rooms were searched, servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Now what happened? The father, he was doing the job and he was supposed to give an important speech which was printed on the paper. Those papers were missing. Okay, so when the father came home and when he did not find the papers, he was very angry. Okay, and therefore what happened? the rooms they were searched, right? That means the servants, they were given the task of finding the paper anyhow. They were told to search the each and every corner of the room. Okay, servants, they were questioned that where are the papers, how they got lost and all. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Okay, Kezia's mother. So what she is saying, Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room. Okay, so Kezia's mother, what she is saying, that I suppose that you have not seen any kind of papers in our room, that is in the bedroom. Oh yes, she said, I tore them up for my surprise. I tore them up for my surprise. What Kezia is saying? Okay. Now the mother was shocked. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. What mother is saying? That you come down straight away. Okay. To the dining room. Okay. Moving further, and she was dragged down. Okay, she was pulled and she was dragged down to where the father was pacing to and fro. Pacing to and fro means like this, moving forward and coming back. So this is pacing to and fro, to and fro. Okay, hands behind his back like this. Okay, well, he said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped. What father is saying? You stop and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, no, no. Right? She whispered. Okay? Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damned thing. Damned thing means the cushion where she has stuffed the paper. Okay? Go and bring that thing. See that the child's put to bed this instant. What the father ordered? That the child should be taken to her room and she should be put to the bed. Okay, this instant, that means immediately. Okay, crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. That means we know that when there is a bright sunlight, slowly and gradually the sun will set, and even along with that, even the light will go away and darkness will start spreading. Okay, then father came into the room with a ruler in his hand. Right, ruler is the wooden scale. Okay, I am going to beat you for this, he said. That means the father was so angry that he bought a ruler in his hand, and what he told Kezia, that I am going to beat you with this. Okay, oh no, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. That means she tried to hide under the bedclothes or the bed sheets. Okay, he pulled them aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. You must be taught once and for all, not to touch what does not belong to you. Okay, once and for all means the final time. That means once I should teach you that the things which does not belong to us, we should not touch that. Okay, so the father wanted to teach her the lesson. Okay, and so therefore what the father said, take your hands out. Okay, but it was for your birthday. So this is what Kezia is saying, that I did this thing because I wanted to prepare a surprise for you because your birthday was coming. Okay, down came the ruler on her little pink palm. Okay, Kezia was a very little girl, and therefore when the father gave the scale on her hand, okay, it was already pinkish because it was she was a little girl. Okay, and she got hurt. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair. You might have seen the rocking chair, right? Like this, the chair in which the person keeps on rocking. Usually in the horror movies you might have seen. Okay, the child clung to her soft body. Clung means to stay very close, because the child was very scared and she might have cried a lot. Therefore she was sitting very close to the grandmother's body. Okay, what did God make fathers for? So this is what the question Kezia was having in her mind, because she was very afraid of her father and she did not like her father at all. She sobbed. Sobbed means to cry. Here is a clean hanky. Darling, blow your nose. Okay, so this is what the grandmother is saying. Go to sleep. Pet, you will forget all about it in the morning. So what the grandmother is saying, go and sleep and relax yourself. In the morning you will be absolutely fine. You will forget all the things. Okay. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. Right. So this is what the grandmother is saying, that I tried to explain to your father that she had done this thing just for your birthday and for your birthday surprise, but he was so angry that he did not listen anything to me. Okay. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back and a red color flew into her cheeks like this. That means she got so nervous, right, when she used to look at her father or when she found her father in front of her. Okay. The McDonalds. Now the McDonalds are the neighbors of Kezia. Okay. The McDonalds lived next door. Okay. They had 5 children. Okay, looking through a gap in the fence. So here I can show you the picture. Right. So this is Mr. McDonald and 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 5 children. And here is the little girl Kezia who is looking through the gap of the fence. Okay. So they had 5 children looking through the gap in the fence. The little girl saw them playing tag. Okay. So tag is a children's game of catching one another. Pakda pakdi. Okay. In the evening, the father with the baby Mao on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging on his coat pocket ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. That means they were enjoying like anything. The father was there, the kids they were there, they were enjoying the playing, they were laughing, running here and there. Okay. Once she saw the boys turn the hose on him. Hose means pipe. Okay. Through which the water can pass. So what did the boys do? They on the tap and they spread the water on the father with the help of hose. Okay. And he tried to catch them laughing all the time. That means now Kezia could find the difference. She could notice that her father was so strict, and on the opposite hand Mr. McDonald was so friendly and so loving and caring. Okay. Then it was she decided that there were different sorts of fathers. That means when she saw Mr. McDonald, at that point of time she realized that no, not all the fathers are very strict. There are different sort of fathers also who are very loving and caring and funny also. Okay. Suddenly one day mother became ill and she and grandmother went to the hospital. Okay. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice. Who was Alice? The cook. Okay. That was all right in the daytime, because usually during the daytime how the time passes we don't even realize also. But during the night it is very difficult for the kids, because if they are all alone they will be very afraid. Okay. So that was all right in the daytime, but while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. That means when Alice was trying to make her sleep at the night time, right, Kezia was very afraid. Okay. What will I do if I have a nightmare? Nightmare means a bad dream. Okay. She asked. I often have nightmares, and then Granny, that is grandmother, takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It's all gets whispery, right? So usually during the night time we get some kind of low noise which are frightening to us, and the same thing is felt by Kezia. So what she is saying, that usually I get afraid when I get nightmares, and at that time grandmother takes me to her bedroom and make me sleep beside her. Okay. You just go to sleep, child, said Elf, pulling off her socks, and don't you scream and wake your poor pa. Why it is written poor pa? Because as I told you in the beginning that the father used to go for a job, and when he returned back he used to get too much tired. Okay. But the same old nightmare came. That means she got the same dream, the frightening and the threatening dream. The butcher, okay, with a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out. That means she is getting the dream. Many a times as a kid or the means child, we also get different dreams in a night. Okay, so butcher means someone who cuts and sells meat in a shop. Okay, so Kezia got a nightmare, that is a dream which was so frightful that the butcher was coming with a knife and a rope in his hand. He was moving towards Kezia and Kezia was still. She could not move here or there without any movement. Okay, fine. And she was crying a lot. Grandma, grandma, she woke, shivering. That means she was so frightened that she was shivering. Okay, to see father besides her bed. That means when her eyes open up, she found the father was next to her. Okay, a candle in his hand. That means when the father might have heard that Kezia is shouting grandma, grandma loudly, he might have understood that she is afraid of something, or she might have got a nightmare. So immediately he came into his room, okay, with a candle in his hand. What's the matter? He said. So what the father is saying, that what happened to you? What is the matter? Right? Oh, a butcher, a knife. I want granny. What Kezia is saying, that I want granny. He blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms like this. He got the child in his arms. Okay, and he was carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. That means now the father carried her in his arms and took the child to his bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. Tucked up the child means covered up nicely in the bed. That means he placed the child on the bed and covered the child with the bed sheet or something. Okay. He lay down beside her. That means even he also sat next to Kezia, half asleep still. Still with the butcher's smile all about her, it seemed she crept close to him. That means now, even when the father has taken Kezia to his bedroom, she could feel and she could sense, or she could imagine the butcher's smile and he coming towards her. Okay. She crept close to him. Crept means move slowly and carefully in order to avoid being heard or noticed. That means slowly she moved even more close to the father. Okay. Snuggled her head under his arm. Snuggled means moved into a warm, comfortable position close to another person. That means father might be sleeping like this, then Kezia might have come and slept close, very close to the father. Okay. Held tightly to his shirt. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still. That means when she is holding the father's shirt and sitting so close to father, now she is not worried about. Okay, she is relaxed. Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm, said the father. Okay, so father, what he is saying, you try to relax yourself and you rub your feet against my legs so that you will get relaxed. Okay, because whenever we are too much afraid or nervous, okay, when we are frightened, our body gets cold. Okay, tried out, he slept before the little girl. So tired, so father was tired and he was actually trying to make Kezia feel comfortable and relaxed, and he tried to make her sleep. But before Kezia could sleep, the father got the sleep. Okay, a funny feeling came over her. Right, what happened? When Kezia saw that her father, very much tired, slept before her only, she got a kind of funny feeling. Okay, poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. That means it is this point of time, okay, or that point of time when she realized that how his father, who was grown up, but what she felt that he is not too much grown up. That means she is feeling that he is still like a kid okay, because he tried to make Kezia sleep, but he slept before Kezia only, and she felt that there was no one to look after him, right? Because after Kezia, the grandmother was there to take care of her, okay. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness, okay. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald. So at that point of time she realized that her father used to work hard a lot, and therefore he used to get so tired that he could not become like Mr. McDonald, and that was absolutely fine, okay. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stilled suddenly and sighed. Stilled means to move after being still, okay. That means at that point of time Kezia realized that the sheets of paper which she had torn into pieces, how important those writings or speech was for his father, okay. And therefore when she was still next to her father, that means without any movement, she got a kind of movement, okay, and sighed. Sighed means like this, to take a deep breath. That means at that point of time she might have realized the importance or value of those papers, okay. What is the matter? Asked her father. Another dream? Oh, said the little girl, my head is on your heart. So Kezia was lying so close to his father that she could hear the heartbeats of his father. So what Kezia is saying, that my head is on your heart, I can hear it going. Thuk thuk, thuk thuk, thuk thuk. Like, what a big heart you have got, father dear. That means when she was lying on her father's chest, she could hear the heartbeats pumping, and that time what Kezia is saying, that you have got a very very big heart. And that is the time when she realizes that even his father was very loving and caring, and he loved Kezia a lot. So this is a kind of story which we all can relate, and even in our real life also, at some point or the other time we might have felt the same feelings for our parents, but then when we grow up and we get matured, we also realize the love and affection which our parents have for us, okay, and then we start understanding it in a better way. So this is how our chapter comes to an end, okay. So I'll end my lecture over here, and I thank you everyone for listening to me carefully. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you everyone.